Hey YouTubers, happy Halloween! The Wizard of Oz Supernatural episode just aired, and it featured the return of Felicia Day as Charlie, as well as Dorothy, and so much awesome. So let's talk about the most awesome parts, and then I'll do my review. Let's do this, bitches! I can't do that quite as adorably as Felicia Day can. She can totally get away with it. So right off the bat, let's talk about the use of black and white. So this is a really cool homage to the original Wizard of Oz movie, where it goes from black and white to color. I actually kind of expected something to go black and white whenever the gray goo got knocked over in the computer room too. But the real fun didn't start till Felicia Day got there. So I love the character of Charlie. So last season, she was actually seen LARPing. So I love that whenever she was reintroduced in this episode, she'd basically just been talking about playing role-playing games all day long and a little bit of hunting on the side. So obviously this episode is all about her finding her quest. I always love episodes of Supernatural when the Winchesters basically take a backseat and become secondary characters in their own show. After Dorothy and Charlie paired off earlier in the episode, I did kind of expect that at some point Charlie would try to join Dorothy on her quest hunting demons. I do think it was interesting that Charlie was actually the one to suggest using the books to look for clues on how to hunt the witch. But how awesome is it that they basically turned Wizard of Oz into Dorothy fanfiction, just like the Supernatural fanfiction inside the show for the Winchesters. I always love it every time they call back to those books. Yeah, we've read them. It's basically just a subtle acknowledgement to all the weird shipping that goes on, and it's just totally hilarious and works every single time. Let's talk about Ezekiel for a moment in this episode too. So they used him to bring Charlie back, but I think what they were trying to do with that was tell us that it's going to be Sam Ezekiel for a couple more episodes at least. So Zeke isn't going anywhere. But some of my other favorite moments and some things that I think are going to be important in future episodes are the fact that they keep discovering new rooms in the Man of Letters bunker. So obviously there are rooms in the Man of Letters bunker that are probably going to be turned into stories in future episodes. There was even a Nerdist podcast with Misha Collins where he talked about the fact that the show actually has a couple years left in it. So I know a lot of us are expecting it to get season 10, but it looks like they might just keep going. But also on the favorites list, Ruby Slippers. I love that they made so many high heel jokes. Obviously it's a very female joke, so I didn't totally identify with it like people who wear high heels do, but it was so hilarious that they actually used the high heel as a device for killing the witch. Ding dong, bitches. They didn't really explain the logic of Oz too well though, because now that Charlie is in Oz, does that mean she's going to stop aging while she and Dorothy are just rampaging around? Obviously, I think if the show continues to season 10, 11, 12, they're definitely going to have Felicia Day back on, at least one episode apiece, so I definitely think she'll be back. But this episode really did belong to her, and it was all about her arc to becoming this fully actualized hunter. It did seem like there were a few Sam shipping moments, so I thought they were teasing some sort of future romance between the two of them. But obviously, since she's not on the show that much, and now that she's in Oz, that's totally not going to happen. Supernatural pen pals, maybe. But what did I think of the episode overall? So overall, this is actually my favorite episode of the season so far. Yes, I love Castiel episodes, but honestly, episodes like this, like these genre mashups, and Felicia Day, for instance, she's just amazing, are the episodes that I'll just watch over and over again. That's what I really love about Supernatural so much, is that it's able to do silly episodes like this so well. Obviously, it's all about like this really dark moment, comedic beat, dark moment. So it is a bit of a formula, but it's a formula that they do really, really well. The only thing that I thought that could have been a little bit better was their use of Crowley. So they kind of just used him for a bit of a comic interlude, especially with the witch. He just kind of felt like a throwaway character in this episode. And to be honest, he didn't even really tell the witch where to find the key, so he really wasn't even that useful. But let me know what your favorite Charlie joke was in this episode. Personally, it was that final moment where she goes, "Is that your Batman voice?" I feel like proper use of Felicia Day always involves some amazing pop cultural references. So I definitely give this episode a giant A for amazing use of Felicia Day. But let me know what you think. The next episode will air next week. Be sure to subscribe to get my video for that. That episode will deal a lot with Dean's misspent youth. So look forward to a lot of Dean flashbacks. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can click here to watch my review of the X-Men Days of Future Past trailer. It was totally awesome. It involves 2 generations of X-Men working together. It's going to be amazing. And you can click here to watch all my other Supernatural videos from this season. High fives, everyone. Happy Halloween. Say goodbye to Felicia Day. She'll be back next year.